How much does a tablespoon of coffee weigh? There is no definitive answer to this question, as it depends on the type of coffee and how finely it is ground. Generally speaking, you should use about 2 tablespoons, 10 grams, of coffee per cup of water. This will give you a nice, strong cup of coffee. Use less coffee if you want a weaker cup. If you want a more robust cup, use more. Experiment until you find the perfect ratio for your tastes. A tablespoon of coffee can vary in weight depending on the brewing type. Let's look into that. When it comes to coffee, a tablespoon can mean different things. A tablespoon can range from 5 to 10 grams, depending on your coffee. This difference in weight can be due to the grind size, the brewing method, and even the type of beans used. For example, if you're making drip coffee with a medium grind, 1 tablespoon should weigh about 5 grams. However, if you're making espresso with a fine effort, a tablespoon may weigh closer to 10 grams. And your coffee may be even heavier if you're using Robusta beans instead of Arabica beans. It really depends on the situation. But generally, you can expect a tablespoon of coffee to weigh between 5 and 10 grams espresso, around 6 grams per tablespoon. It depends on the coffee bean and the grind. A tablespoon of coffee beans can weigh anywhere from 5 to 10 grams. A tablespoon of ground coffee will weigh less, around 2 to 4 grams. It depends on the type of coffee and the grind. Generally, a tablespoon of coffee beans weighs between 5 and 10 grams Americano, around 5 grams per tablespoon. A tablespoon of coffee weighs around 5 grams. This is based on the weight of 1 tablespoon of coffee beans, which is about 0.5 ounces. Turkish coffee, around 3 grams per tablespoon. Turkish coffee is a potent and concentrated form of coffee. A typical recipe calls for 1 tablespoon of coffee per cup of water. This means that a tablespoon of Turkish coffee will weigh around grams. This may seem like a lot, but remember that Turkish coffee is meant to be drunk black and without sugar. This makes it an extreme form of coffee. If you want to dilute it, you can always add more water. Turkish coffee is typically made in a unique pot called a sezvi. This post is designed to help extract all the flavor from the coffee beans. If you're interested in making Turkish coffee at home, all you need is a tablespoon, some ground coffee, and a cup of water. Just remember that a tablespoon of Turkish coffee will weigh around grams. French press, around 2.5 grams per tablespoon. How much does a tablespoon of coffee weigh? This is a question that many coffee lovers have asked at one point or another. While the answer may vary depending on the type of coffee and how it is brewed, a general rule of thumb is that a tablespoon of coffee weighs around grams. This means that a cup of coffee, generally around 8 ounces, weighs around grams. Of course, this is just a general guideline. Depending on the type of coffee and the brewing method, a tablespoon of coffee may or may not weigh exactly 1 pound. For example, if you use more coffee grounds than usual, your coffee will be heavier. Conversely, your coffee will be lighter if you use fewer coffee grounds than usual. Thank you for watching. coffeeeternal.com